Did Shonen Jump just confirm JJK Part 2? Let's talk about this news that has the community in a frenzy. If you haven't seen, this is what's been causing the stir, the preview for the next issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, which is going to include the final chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. So this is a standard thing they do. It includes announcements for all different types of series, as you can see, but people are running wild with one of the statements in the JJK one. Now, they've been hyping up some sort of announcement that we're going to get next week, but we already knew that, but they mention it again here. But additionally, there is some phrasing that is something akin to that, we got one more chapter left. Jujutsu High may be over, but there is more Jujutsu Kaisen to come. And so everybody has taken that and just said that JJK Part 2 confirmed, but that is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. That entire little announcement was completely standard fare for like hyping up the finale of a chapter. And the fact that there was language used that implied Jujutsu Kaisen would continue, that is just in reference to the fact that we still have a final chapter left. That would not be a reference to JJK continuing after the final chapter, because here's where you just have to use like a grain of common sense. If there was going to be a part 2, they would not announce it in the preview for Weekly Shonen Jump before the final chapter, right? Especially with all of the secrecy and ambiguity up to this point. Do you really think they would spoil the announcement in such like a tiny blurb like that? Of course not. So that is definitely not in reference to Jujutsu Kaisen Part 2. It's just in reference to Chapter 271. We still have more Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, it's not quite over yet. But all that being said, I don't want to get everyone's hopes completely shattered. I do think theoretically there still could be a part 2 announcement, but if so, that would happen this next week. It would happen after Chapter 271. Anyways, there's just a lot of misinformation flying around about this, so I wanted to help clear it up and again just give the general PSA and reminder that when dealing with rough translations like this, you got to look just a little bit deeper and try to figure out the intention behind the words instead of just the rough words in English and what that might mean, because I just don't want people to get their expectations sky high thinking JJK Part 2 has been confirmed when it hasn't yet. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think we'll get Part 2?